Hello everybody and welcome back. We are here for week 42 of the Altered Index 2024 challenge. This is the challenge that I'm running in my Facebook group, Nonstop Papercrafts, and it's also being hosted in the Junk Journaling for Everyone Facebook group. So this week my three prompts are: the word is sunny, the colour is ivory, and the thing is magazine. So magazine, ivory and sunny. Now, as usual, I have already gathered some bits together. So I've already made my tab with the 42 and it's actually on an ivory paper. So that's already ticking one of the boxes. This is just to help me with my tabs. I did a kind of little template. I tried to have a little look for a quote that had sunny in, because the stickers that I have that have different quotes and sentiments on, I couldn't find anything that had sunny on. I think one of them had sunshine, which I've said before in previous videos, I'm not fussed if it's not exactly the same word, so long as it's something along the right lines. So I went online and I found this: "A cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition," by William Arthur Ward. So I thought that's a pretty cool quote actually. So I've got this girl who's splashing around in puddles, because I'm thinking, well, she obviously doesn't care about the cloudy or rainy day. And then I also found this stamp that has the little duck and little duckling. I've coloured those in an ivory colour as well. This is actually a stamp set that I have. It's really, really cute. Sorry, oh, try not to get the glare. It's really, really cute stamp set. Got lots of sort of little water ones on there. And it is designs by Gina Corkle. It's a woodware stamp, 2005, so it is a pretty old stamp. But yeah, I just thought of this little girl and I thought actually that's a perfect stamp for this, because yeah, she obviously doesn't care that it's a cloudy or horrible day. So for magazine, I've got I often get these trade magazines that come through the post. And it's just about different local trades. So I've torn out a couple of pages from there, and I've stamped this image on there, because what I'm going to do to use the magazine, I'm going to cut them out so that she's going to have then a flowery umbrella. I've got her coat in the lilac flowers here, and originally I was going to do her umbrella orange, but it was too big. So I've done the boots. I'm going to cut the boots out and stick those on there. So that's how I'm going to use magazine. I'm going to use the magazine to actually decorate her. And then just to save some time, because otherwise you're going to be watching me just colour in, I have already created the background that I'm going to pop her on. So this stamp set I have used, I think, in a previous card, and I've just coloured it with my inks, basically. So with my Distress Oxides and my Distress inks, I've just coloured this in to get that kind of cloudy sky. I put my colour down, and then while the ink was still a little bit wet, I've just rubbed my finger across, and it kind of lifts the paper a little bit, so it just gives it a nice sort of cloudy sky kind of look. And then what I'm going to do is, once I've cut out my magazine and got that on the girl, I'm going to have her on the path and the little ducks as well, just kind of following her up the hill. And then to the side here is where I'm going to have the quote. So I've punched out sunny because I want that to kind of stand out, and then I'm just going to hand write the rest of it after that. But that's kind of how my card is going to look. So I think the first thing I want to do is get her done. So I'm going to cut out these pieces. I'm going to use my smaller scissors. And as I said, I stamped them on here just because I wanted to be able to use the magazine in some way, and I thought, well, the best way to do that is to actually have the stamped image on the magazine. So I just searched through for different ones that had all different colours and things on them. So the difficulty is just obviously cutting around all the hair and stuff that she's got. Even if it doesn't line up quite perfectly, I'm not going to be overly fussed. I just thought this was a fun way to use magazine. And I was at first going to use sort of like magazine letters. Okay, so we've got that there. And then I might just colour her sleeves in purple rather than trying to fussy cut those out. So let's get a glue stick and pop that down. I just thought this might be a fun way to kind of colour her in. So I'm just going to move that background out of the way just so I don't get any glue or anything on there. Okay, so we've got that one. And I'll come back in, like I said, with colours in a moment because I might need them for other things. So that was that. Then the umbrella I've got stamped out on these flowers. So I'm just going to cut those out. Yeah, I realised that the last couple of cards I've done a bit of colouring, and I just didn't want you sort of sitting here watching me colouring again. So that's why I thought I'd get the background kind of prepped and ready, and then yeah, you're not having to watch me do that. So I'm just going to cut that last bit down there. Now I have got some little water drops on here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to colour them in because I imagine that the pen will just literally slide off the magazine, because obviously magazines have a slightly sort of shiny coating to them, don't they? So that's going to go on there. So I'm going to put the glue directly to the paper. And pop this on. Now, I wasn't entirely sure how this was going to look, but actually I'm quite liking how it's coming together. That's quite cute actually. Right, so now for her wellies. Now I chose to do the orange only because we've got orange flowers in here, so I was trying to make it a little bit matchy, just so it wasn't too much of just random colours. So I'm going to cut out her boots, which is going to be just a little bit more fiddly than everything else. I'm getting very inky now because obviously the ink doesn't dry very well on here, because again you've got that shiny coating. So even though I did stamp this a while ago, actually it is already coming off on my fingers. So I'm just trying to carefully trim round. Right, so that's one boot. Let's do the other one. Let's get rid of that. Right. So I am trying to cut just inside of the black lines. But obviously when you come down to the crease in the foot, I can't really do that. That's not going to work. Right, so that's her feet. So again, I'm going to use this to go on here, and then obviously, like I said, if there's any white showing at the end, then all I'll do is I'll just go over it with a pen afterwards. Okay, so there's one boot. Oops, that one's gone a bit wonky. There we go. Oh, that one's starting to curl. I think I put a bit too much glue down on that one. I've made it too wet. Ah. go, that's better. I actually think she looks pretty cute. I quite like that. So she's got her welly, she's got her purple coat on and her umbrella. But yeah, I quite like her. I think she looks very cute. Right, so that's her done then. So I just wanted to get a purple, didn't I, actually, and just do her sleeves. So let me just grab a purple pen. I'm going to have a look in my Pro markers and see. I don't want metallic though. That might be a bit too purple. Let's have a look. Right, this is a bit of the card that I've cut out of before. Oh no, that's okay. Okay, there we go. So we've got her sleeves coloured in as well. Fabulous. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so she's kind of in the puddle. I might move her up and round a little bit. Oh, I've lost an N. There we go. Move you over. So I think I'm going to have her almost central. And then these little cuties behind her. Okay, then I was going to use, so this is the pen that I used to do the water, so I was just going to try and blend it in a little bit more with the ground. Just so it does look like it is actually wet on the floor where it's raining a little. Right, okay, and then we want to get Sunny on there, don't we? So this bit's going to get a little bit fiddly, so I might need some tweezers. Right, let's lay out the letters first and then see where we are. So these letters, I use the same punch that does my numbers. Although I have noticed that Sunny, so my S and my U look quite sort of chunky and thick, and then my two N's and my Y looks a little bit smaller. Oops. Okay, so somewhere there, because I've got to fit in a cloudy day is no match for a sunny, and then disposition written underneath. Okay, so we're going to go with that, I think. Right, okay, so we have Sunny. So now to just fill in the rest. So a cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition. William Arthur Ward. So a cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition. So I'm just going to hand write. So a cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition, which I realise gets lost in the grass a little bit, but that's fine, I can still see that. And then I am going to write the author as well, William Arthur Ward. Okay, so a cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition. Okay, so this is obviously going to get stuck onto an index card. So I've just done this on normal card as I usually do, just to kind of stiffen up my index cards. Okay, so here's my card. So that's just going to get stuck straight on there. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up. Excellent. Right, and then number 42. So my tab is going to go here. So let's get that stuck into place. So I normally put a little bit on the back just so I can get it lined up to where it needs to be. So I'm just going to move this up slightly. So it's going in here. And that's where it's going to go. So I'm just making sure it's straight. Yeah, and then I can just push it down at the back a bit and then get the front stuck down. Okay, and there is my card 42. So let's just have a double check that we've ticked all of the boxes. So sunny was the word. I've got sunny in my quote. A cloudy day is no match for a sunny disposition. Ivory, I've coloured my little duck in ivory. I've got ivory for my tab and the word sunny is in ivory. And magazine, I used a magazine to decorate our girl in the centre, and I really love how it's come together. I really love the background as well, using inks to colour, and yeah, I actually think she's turned out really good using the magazine to colour her in. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some inspiration here. Don't forget, if you are posting your makes, to use the hashtag AlteredIndex2024 so others can see what you're up to and go to you for some inspiration. Thank you for watching and joining me today, and I'll see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.